Hello and welcome to the first Cutie Art Crusaders Spoilercast for My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 5. Today, my name is FlutterGuy317. I don't know why I said today, but and today I'm joined by...
Today my name is Atlas Park.
And I'm Silver Rainclouds.
Hey, we got Silver to hop on here because it's just us two and she's awesome.
Boring.
So, yeah.
and I live with Atlas Park.
Yeah, it's true. So today we're going to be spoiler casting Season 5, Episodes 1 and 2, Cutie Markless.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah, apparently. I just knew it as the creepy 1984 / communist / etc, etc, etc.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah. I don't know, initial thoughts?
Creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like a little kid show at first. It
No.
seemed like, it's like, do kids think this is weird too? Like when you're watching it and thinking, okay, this is definitely really, really wrong. I wonder if little kids would think the same.
Yeah.
I like that Pinky picked the smiles were wrong.
Yes. I actually really enjoyed Pinkie Pie in this episode.
Yeah.
I loved the scene where she fell down the cliff in the beginning and just started, going from rock to rock and
It became
got
a rock.
squished by the rock. Yeah.
Rocks are her specialty.
Yeah. Pinkie Pie is
She
the
did
best.
grow up on a rock farm.
That is
She
true,
showed
yeah.
it to us in the start.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Spike crushed it.
And she got sad.
Yeah. That was adorable.
That was cute.
Speaking of adorable, Fluttershy made the most adorable face in this episode during that song. Which
Yeah.
was also creepy.
I was like, yeah, that's a face.
Yeah.
Alright.
It was surprising because usually the show doesn't do that whole single stroke for mouth and muzzle, but for that one particular shot of Fluttershy, that's what happened, and it made it really cute.
The animation
me
gets
of,
better every season.
Yeah.
It's getting better and better. This one is really good. There's a lot of really cool lighting stuff with the castle and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we saw a lot of that last season too, I guess. Where
yeah, a bit. More towards the end.
animation. Yeah. I mean, heck, the battle with T-Rex was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked. They did a lot more with subtle lighting too, like in the scene where they were in the basement of the bakery pony's house.
Yeah,
Whatever
it was
her
just all spotlighted.
Yeah, that was really really well done. Kind of added to the creepiness factor.
I think they're running out of names.
Yeah,
we had almost Sweetie Belle,
Yeah.
and we had almost Pinkie Pie.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was supposed to be that way. I think those ponies were supposed to be a lot like the main six. on
Yeah.
purpose.
And then
the
we had
Pegasus
almost
was really aggressive, and the unicorn with the balloons.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had
Part of it.
almost Sunset Shimmer too,
Almost.
with the Starlight Glimmer.
Yeah, that's at first thought, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought every time that a pony's name sounds a lot like Twilight, their cutie mark is going to be magic and they're going to be evil.
Yeah. Yeah. So what did you guys think of the villain in this?
She was creepy.
Yeah. I kind of enjoyed it because it wasn't like a big monster like we've seen in the past, or even like a foreboding shadow like Sombra was. But it was someone that actually kind of fit in and was accepted by people. And then kind of almost reminiscent of Trixie, but in a more devious, evil, creepy way.
Was it Trixie's voice?
I don't know.
It kind of sounded like that when she started yelling. It sounded a lot like Trixie's yelling, but I didn't do the research and find out if it was her or not.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know.
She was completely different to every other villain, whereas she was just a pony.
Yeah. And it was very subtle too. You could get hints of her villainness throughout the thing, but
Yeah. They didn't. Oh, I guess they kind of did for the little kids outright say that she was bad, that she had evil plans,
yeah.
but really not as much as in previous seasons or with other villains.
Yeah. And I think like there's not a lot like character design wise to kind of suggest evil.
No.
Like
No.
obviously Sombra and Tirek and those guys, like, you know, it's like ominous foreboding and whatnot, and she's just like this normal pony that's actually like not evilly colored, and you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
It's like she was still bright colored, and she wasn't pointy like you'd expect a real villain, like a regular villain, to be like Discord is and Tirek was.
Yeah.
And
She was the only one
Yeah.
that didn't look different. That looked different from the Equalist ponies, though. They were all the same.
gray.
They
and-
were all the same. They were colorful, but they all had
Yeah.
the same hairstyle, and I pointed that out immediately. I
Yeah.
said, "Look, they've all got the same hairstyle,
and the same tails.
Yeah.
except the fillies,
Yeah.
which look exactly like the fillies from Ponyville. They're the same one."
Yeah.
Well, I suppose they haven't had a chance to get a Cutie Mark yet, have they?
Yeah, I wonder how
that's a
she
good
brainwashed
point.
the fillies.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
weird. That's
Maybe
even more
they
creepy.
maybe they just won't get cutie marks or something. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe.
So it was very interesting. I guess the whole like second part of the episode, the whole brainwashing scenes and stuff, because it was very reminiscent of I guess like Harrison Bergeron came up, which is a story by Kurt Vonnegut that has a lot of the same themes, and like 1984 has been brought up quite a bit. Kind of reminiscent of Half-Life 2 as well, with the big speaker.
Well, Silver said Fallout.
Yeah, there's
Or
a cult
Fallout,
in
yeah.
Fallout 3 that you can stumble upon, and everybody's like talking to you in this creepy brainwashed voice, and then
Okay.
just the same as this, somebody like is like, "Hey, you're an outsider, help me." I can't remember the name of it. I feel really bad thinking. That's what it made me think of, and then not really remembering it that well.
Yeah.
I've never played it, so I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You should play it. I should play it. I haven't played it. Yeah, I don't know. It took a very dark turn as soon as, you know, they went to the cave and she took their cutie marks from them. And, yeah, it just got really creepy. I did like... Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
See, Silver, this happens even when it's just the two of us.
We did it yesterday.
Yeah. I liked their plan that they came up with Fluttershy, because Fluttershy was kind of very receptive from the very beginning, not of like their ideals as a society, but of like not shunning them for believing in what they believed. So they kind of hatched this plan where Fluttershy would kind of infiltrate, you know, the cult society or whatever.
I think that if Fluttershy wasn't with her friends, that she would have been totally sucked into it. That's the kind of, you know, she's exactly the kind of people that cults try to get in. She's kind of shy and kind of lonely, doesn't want to speak up against people. So, exactly the kind of people that a cult would look for.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of cults and people that a cult would look for, this reminds me of a Rescue Rangers episode.
Of course it does.
Where Gadget decides to join a cult because she feels that her inventions aren't working and that she doesn't belong.
I think every cartoon animation has an episode like this.
Yeah. And it's always creepy in every one of them.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So about the message, what did you guys think? I want to hear
Like
your opinions
about
first.
like how you're supposed to be an individual and that's what enriches society and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems a bit trite, but I think they did it in a really creative way. I think it came out really good despite being a very, very like common.
It's a bit cliche.
It's a bit cliche. But they
Yeah, a
did
little
it.
bit,
They
yeah.
didn't do it in a cliche
No.
way.
Yeah. And I feel like they've done it in a way that I haven't seen before as well. Like, yeah, there's a lot of aspects that they pulled from other sources, but I don't know, it kind of hit home a bit. And not to get too political, but the whole No Child Left Behind, where schools like teach to tests and don't let students shine, that kind of pulls it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that does make sense, where that's the sort of age the show is aimed at.
Yeah. And I guess it's a lot of people were saying like, you know, it's equality versus inequality, and it's not really. This episode was more about individualism than, you know, equality versus inequality. We're all equal, but some are equal. Some are more equal. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well done, and in a unique way. I don't know. It was very interesting.
Some of the expressions from that, whatever his name was, that was reformed and then came back to being crazy. Some of his faces when he ran out of the room were great.
Yeah.
No, that was the party one.
Oh, it was
the party
pony. Yeah,
The party.
Yeah,
one,
where he was making all those creepy faces when he was like, "They tried to convince me, but they're wrong, and I know it." And he's like making all these creepy eye things.
Mm-hmm. Also, his talent is balloon building.
Party favors.
It's balloon.
Yeah.
It's party favors.
That's awesome.
He
built a bridge.
He built a balloon bridge and balloon binoculars.
Yeah.
I half
expected Pinky to take the binoculars and be like, these don't work anymore because you know, her cutie mark was gone. But go ahead.
The cutie marks were all new too. All the cutie marks like in the wall, they weren't cutie marks that were background ponies or blind bag ponies or anything. They were all new, interesting ones. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
To
Like
see.
the pinata dog.
Like the pinata dog. Yeah, it was like a dog with a party hat on and stuff. I want to meet that pony.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was very interesting too at the end that she got away. The villain got away.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're gonna see more of her.
Also, when she said it was what's his name's magical objects, and she said there were 9 of them, and then Twilight was all, but I only read about 8.
Yeah.
And then it came out that the stick wasn't actually magical. It was sun something glimmer something magic that was doing it.
Yeah, it was her magic. The stick was just a stick. That was interesting. I thought maybe she found an artifact because, like, they've always led us to believe that the cutie marks are very, very powerful. Like, that's how Twilight became a princess, is by changing cutie marks, because it's never ever been done before. So the fact that she could do that just on her own magic was really, like, really scary.
Yeah. I have a feeling, too, that this villain may pose as more of a challenge to Twilight than other villains in the past, just because of A, the subtlety, B, the similarities, and I guess
like later in the season after she's done some more study.
Yeah.
And had some more real world experience.
Yeah.
Where we should go and get friends and come back with another 5 characters and just beat the spit out of our 6. Like
I would love to see like
Trixie.
Yeah, like an anti-main 6 versus our main 6. That would be interesting.
Mega 6.
Yeah. It would be interesting. I do like the whole premise of the map that kind of showed up in Twilight's castle. And I really
New toy line?
Yeah. Dude, I would buy that map. Hasbro, please sell me that map. But I only want it actual size.
Like
not the
size?
small toy thing. Yeah, I want one like in my living room.
And made
right
of crystal?
now. Yes.
with a floaty hologram of cutie marks?
Yes. I mean, the actual thing. Like, seriously.
Ah, okay.
But no, I really hope that like we get to see a lot of different places, and I think we are going to.
I believe
this
that's
season.
the plan, yes.
Yeah, and I know that was something that had been brought up in previous seasons where we wanted to see more of like the outer regions of Equestria. Maybe we'll go to like Saddle Arabia or somewhere like that, which would be cool.
No, the end of Equestria is just a big A.
Right. Oh, Pinky.
I want to see more races. I want to see like I don't know, like more breezies and griffins or whatever weird
Sea ponies.
magical things. Sea ponies.
Sea ponies, yeah. I want to see schmoozes.
You're a schmooze.
Thanks, I guess. I'm not sure how to take that.
I wonder if they would make schmooze of one.
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
think they would have done it in the season opener if they were
You would have
going
thought so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Guess we'll find
Maybe
out.
maybe that's one of the things that she finds and then comes back and
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out next week.
Yeah. I really, really warmed up to Pinky in this episode. I really enjoyed I know that she's your favorite and that you love her, like, a lot. But, I don't know, I enjoy Pinky, but I haven't been, like, the biggest fan of her for the past couple of seasons, but this episode, like, really made me like her.
I think they've been writing Pinky poorly in, like, the last season or so.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's really, really good, and sometimes she's just annoying. Like, they make her annoying on purpose to, like, aggravate you, the viewer, or the other characters, and I really don't think that that's who she's meant to be.
You're still sore about that Applejack episode.
I'm still sore about the Applejack episode. the one where they go
the Derpy episode
for cherries. Yeah, the one where the Applejack becomes a cherry farmer and Pinky just runs around and annoys her. That one bothers me. I like that episode.
Pickleberry Kumquat. Yeah.
And the what was it recently? The Philly Vanilli one.
Yeah, where she's mean to Fluttershy. When they do, when her and Rainbow Dash start playing pranks on everyone, Pinky explicitly says, "No, you can't play a prank on Fluttershy. She's too sensitive." And then she just berates her in Philly Vanilli, and it's like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
So you are a jerk. Oh. I don't care. I love her anyway.
Yeah. See, I actually really enjoyed her in Philly Vanilli just because of how over the top she was. But yeah, I can definitely see that it was, out of character and not really...
There was a little bit of that in this episode too, when she ratted out the other characters accidentally.
Yeah.
She's just unaware.
Yeah. I am... the situation where Fluttershy had to kind of rat out who were the ponies that had, like, kind of turned away from the cult thing, that was kind of tense.
It was really uncomfortable. I think it was made to make us all very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Sympathy, anxiety, or whatever.
Yeah, it's a really good demonstration of how crazy that Starlight Glimmer, is that her name? I don't know. Was.
Starlight Glimmer, yeah.
Just picking on Fluttershy and trying to bully her into pointing out who it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess the whole episode, like, all the art and the whole plot and themes and stuff were very much meant to kind of take you out of your element a little bit, and, like, they were meant to be creepy, and they did a good job. So,
yeah.
One of the cutest things that I think I've seen in this episode was when
Pinky?
Fluttershy... I mean, Pinky's cute, but it was it was when Fluttershy was spying on Starlight Glimmer, and then hid underneath her balcony, and it was reminiscent of the of Spy Shy. She was just like pasted up against the ceiling of the awning.
It wasn't when she squeaked.
She also squeaked. So. Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't my cat.
Could have been your cat too.
Oh, he's been annoying all day.
I'm sorry.
He finally got quiet.
I know. He's right here next to us, but he's quiet.
So should we not speak of him, or?
Just move on.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, is there anything else to say? I mean, I really enjoyed the episode. It was creepy. It was lovely. Yeah.
It was unexpected. It was very, very unexpected. After fighting all of these monsters and all of that, it turns out to be that like the scariest enemy is yourselves. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah. I think that this was probably a very good way to start a season, and a very good way to end an almost year-long hiatus. So,
Yeah, 11 months, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Yeah, I know. I think we've actually stayed sane this hiatus, thankfully. More or less.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of drama, as always.
Yeah. But I really look forward to seeing what comes next week and the week after and for the rest of the season.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey!
What am I gonna do next week?
What are we going to do next week? I don't know. Hopefully we'll find one of the 8 things, or Something. Who knows? Maybe it'll just be a nice normal episode. Maybe in this one there will be less epic episodes and more just slice of life stuff. I really like the slice of life stuff, honestly.
Yeah,
but
I think that's.
I loved the first 2 episodes the most because they felt like a Dungeons and Dragons style adventure. You know, like everybody was like run through, fight the monster, go to the dungeon, kill the villain. You know, so I definitely want to see more of that. But I always love the slice of life stuff too.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they're going to end up doing. Like they'll have the whole artifacts plot probably, but I think the episodes themselves are going to be more slice of life and less like connected.
Are they ever going to develop Applejack's character?
Hey,
they made all sorts of fun of her about this episode.
I know.
I can finally do countryisms.
Applejack's already defined. She doesn't need any more definition. She doesn't learn anything. You should know that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because she already knows everything. She's already the best pony. Nobody needs to make her into a better one.
She knows apples and things about apples and stuff about apples. And kicking stuff. And countryisms.
And she doesn't like bats.
As we learned. Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to see a crossover with Equestria Girls this season.
I hope that we see some Sunset Shimmer.
I want Flash Century.
No, you don't.
I know you do. You and him, man.
Or maybe they're going to throw us for a loop and there's not going to be anything about those artifacts. They just mentioned him so Twilight could go, wait a minute, that's not right. And everybody's reading too much into it.
Maybe. That's quite likely.
Yeah.
Well, because all the other 8 artifacts are all documented and stuff, so.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe they go missing. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Maybe she goes.
Maybe she goes to collect them all, and that's how she comes back to attack Twilight later.
Maybe Twilight does the whole back in time thing again and goes to meet Starswirl the Bearded.
I would love to see Starswirl the Bearded, but part of me would be upset because my headcanon that he and Discord are the same would be totally ruined.
They show you that he looks like in the Equestria Girls movie.
I know. Part of me thinks that he looked like that and then he turned into Discord or vice versa. I don't know. Anyhow.
Oh well.
No, that was
who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, so before we get off onto too many tangents, I think we should kind of wrap this up and I guess we'll be back next week with season 5, episode 3.
It's been 5 years now.
I know, jeez. You'd think I would know how to do this by now. So yeah, join us next week for Cutie Art Crusaders and for another Spoilercast. And like I said in Cutie Art Crusaders episode 143, our Spoilercasts will now be separate on our YouTube channel, so you can watch them separately from our episodes, or you can watch the episodes separately from the Spoilercast if you don't want to be spoiled and you haven't seen the episode yet. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Silver, for joining us.
Yep.
It was a pleasure.
No. Ew.
And thank you, Atmospark, as well, for joining me.
You're welcome.
My name is Flutterguy317.
I'm Atmospark.
And I'm Silver Rain Clouds.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.